In this video, we're going to look at EQing the guitars in our mix. And we have a lot of different guitar parts, so we really need to use EQ to creatively sort of carve out space for them. I'm going to start by soloing the three main electric guitar parts that are playing through the song. And I have some amp modeling on each of them. And the three principal ones are similar. They're the same type of thing. And here's the second one, same settings. And the third one has slightly different amp modeling. But I want to deliberately have the same amp modeling on the principal two ones. These are basically doubling each other and they're panned slightly. And I want to use EQ to carve out some sonic space for them to blend together. And the third one will have some EQ as well, but also some different amp modeling, which will contribute to the unique timbre. So let's listen as they are now. And here we'll have an acoustic guitar doubling that as well. So let's start with one guitar at a time, and I'm going to start with this one. I don't want to emasculate it too much, but we want to leave space for the bass, so I don't mind cutting off a fair bit. Now my strategy here is this. I have a pretty decent sound already from the guitar amp modeling. I want to use a kind of band reject filter to notch out a specific band and carve out the sounds that way. And I want to use not too narrow a cue because I want to sort of deliberately, I don't want it to sound too surgical. I want it to deliberately color the sound. So I'm going to sweep around and see what I can find. So right away I like that I've carved away and tightened up the sound, and it's got a nice mid-rangey quality by carving out that area of the mid-range. The surrounding frequencies stand out a bit more. So let me go with that for that one, and let's go to the next one, which is basically doubling it, and let's solo that one and carve out a different frequency range. In fact, maybe I'll even try two different cuts to see what I can get. I'm liking that. They're very different from each other now. So that, in conjunction with panning, really is carving out some space for them. And the third one is kind of playing right up the middle. Let's listen to that one alone. And this is one where I have some different processing on. But let's try the same thing. So let's hear what the three of those sound like together now. I'm liking it. Let's check it out in context with the whole mix. So they're nice. They stand out. They have some cut and grit, but they're unique and have a nice sort of space of their own. Now, the one thing I think I want to do is, because they're soloed on the intro, I'm going to EQ the bus, since that'll affect all of them. And I'm going to bring up the low mids. I want it to sound kind of thicker and fuller when they're on their own, but then I want them to sort of thin out when everything else comes in. So let's just solo the first few bars. I'm going to automate a bit of EQ there. Gives it a nice little bit of fullness that sort of tricks the listener, because it's not really like that throughout the song, but for the intro, when we hear it isolated, it'll be like that. So let's automate the bypass button on the guitar bus. I'm going to go to main and insert to bypass. We know it's on here, so we want it off right around bar 7. And let's do it a bit earlier. There we go. And that's that. Now let's move on and look at the guitar solo. So we have a guitar solo here. I'm going to start from a bar before. And we also have another supporting little fill rhythm underneath. So let's look at the two of those. I'm going to go here and I'll start with the fill, and let's listen to that. Let's unsolo that. There we go. I want to really kind of thin it out because we got a lot of guitars going on at this point. Maybe I'll pull out a bit around there just to, again, give it a little bit of its own unique sonic EQ footprint. And let's focus on the solo now. Oh, that's sweet around there. It won't quite away quite so much, but I like that. It really notches out a nice little frequency that flatters the surrounding frequencies. Let's listen to all those guitars in that area together. We'll solo them there. I like that. I'll probably slap a little bit of compression on the bus here just to tighten them up even more. But it sounds a bit thin on its own, but with the bass, let's listen in context, and the organ and the drums, we got some nice low end to fill it out. I like to sort of paint the broad strokes first. I'm happy with this for now. I might change my mind, but I want to go with this for the moment. But what I want to do is save this as another version, and I want to look at an alternate approach to these electric guitars. Let's call this version 4. And what I'm going to do is initialize all my EQs. Join me back in the next video, and we're going to look at these same guitar parts and use another strategy for carving out their own unique space in the mix.